And now I'm outside his mother's home. First! And what makes it worse is you don't know if the comment you're reading
Odd Ones Out was one of the first channels that the first channel that I ever reacted to on this channel. And I've always enjoyed, Odd Ones Out and all the stuff to come out of that channel. The success that has been had is pretty incredible. I mean, I think there's even a show on Netflix, Odd Ones Out has, or something like that. So, I mean, shit's incredible. And I saw a new video called The Comment Section that they put out. And I was just like, you know what? We have got to check this out, because the perspectives given have always been pretty on point from this channel. Mm-hmm. And I just want to see what there is to be said about their comment section, because my God, I bet you it's wild, being such a big channel, so yeah, I thought you might enjoy this.
I'm gonna enjoy this video.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I do not enjoy the comment section.
Dude, I have seen you just get so fucking angry.
Sometimes I'm like, what? Like, what? Why are you even here? What are you doing? Like,
because you need to be told how it is. I love the.
I'm trying to think of like the most.
What about the comment that we got that the only reason our videos were doing any good is because of the eye candy?
Yeah, like, okay, it's not like I'm like Dolly Parton over here.
It's not like you have a personality or anything. It's just the eye candy.
Yeah, I don't.
And it was like two fucking losers that were just so angry because they weren't
doing well.
It was so ridiculous. It's like, just be nice, dude. If it's not your thing, then just roll out.
Yeah.
I have left shitty comments in the past, but not in a really, really long time. I mean, I'm
sure that we probably all at some point.
Like 10 years since I've done something stupid like that. And it's just like, you know what it is? It's you most of the time.
Yeah.
If you're the person leaving a bad comment,
about something. Yeah.
Most of the time. So, it is what it is, but I'm sure it'll be interesting what Odd Ones Out has to say about the comment section.
Shorty is the eye candy. Every time that Shorty is in one of our videos, people are like, oh my God, Shorty!
Well, he's the greatest.
First. Who else is watching this in current year? I'm first. No, I'm first. Everyone needs to know I was the first person to leave a comment on this YouTube video. Please. I don't have a lot going on right now. Fellas, I'm just gonna go ahead and say what we're all thinking here. This video is a forgery. And also a homosexual. Hey, why are we spending our finite time spreading negativity and arguing with strangers whose minds will never change? Are we really that bitter we have to bring others down?
Yes.
These comments are pointless because everyone knows I'm first. Comment sections in some form or another have been around since the internet's conception, and I don't see them ever going away. So in like 200 years, historians are going to be studying ancient comments to see what life was like back then. Right underneath this video and any other video ever posted is an open forum for anyone who watched the video to leave their semi-unfiltered, anonymous opinions. And nothing bad has ever come from it. Wait, are you scrolling down to read the comments while the video is playing? You haven't even finished the video and you're reading the comments? I'm sorry, did I bore you?
I do that on
TikTok. Are you bored? No, that's fine. Don't mind me. It's not like we were in the middle of a one-sided conversation or anything. Also, if you see any spam bots, can you report them for me? They're a real problem.
Yeah.
Like most people, I will watch a video and then not add anything to the conversation and go about my day, watching more videos. And I know the vast majority of you do this too, because let's math something out. If we look at my last video and take the total amount of comments and divide it by views, we only get 0.4% of people who watch the video leave a comment. That's not a whole lot. Oh, I know. What if we look at a YouTuber apology video? I'm sure there's a bunch of people leaving comments, letting people know their thoughts and having a civil discussion. Only 0.3% of people who watched the video left a comment. Every video I did the math on only ever had a 0.5%
you
view
see
to
the
comment
boobs?
ratio. So if only 0.5% of people are leaving comments, why am I talking about them? Because while most of us aren't comment leavers, I know the majority of us are comment readers.
Oh, for sure.
This video and the comment section are digital neighbors. You literally don't have to travel far to read comments. They're right there. Sorry if you're watching this on a TV, by the way. They are there, trust me. And I can prove most people are comment readers because a lot of times a single comment will get more thumbs up than there are total comments on a video.
It's
which,
true.
of course they do, because who's going to take the time to write out a whole comment when they could just thumbs up the ones they agree with? The relationship between YouTuber and comment section is a little complicated. For one, it's the only time I get to kind of have a conversation with 0.4% of you.
Yeah.
If you feel so inclined, you can type out a response to this video, give me feedback, tell a joke, or post a timestamp of a part you liked, and there's a 99% chance I'll never see that. But if I do, and I like what you said enough, I can give your comment a little heart badge. Yeah, I perceive this guy. Although there are some challenges with comment sections that are not exclusively YouTuber problems. Even in the early days of the internet, comment sections have had a reputation of being toxic and argumentative.
It's true.
I will say I have noticed that comment sections are not as toxic as they were in the 2010s. Maybe
It's
websites
true.
have just gotten better at moderating, but I've noticed an overall decrease in the amount of slurs and KYSs compared to when I was 13. So good job, comment section. You're growing up. I think there are 3 reasons why comment sections can be very toxic. Number 1, people are more likely to speak out when they disagree with something rather than
That's
agree
true.
with it. If you come across the comment, I like cats, you're not going to go out of your way to comment, I agree with your opinion, cats are lovely.
Yeah.
You might give the comment a thumbs up, but otherwise you're just going to keep scrolling. But if you're someone who only likes dogs and you have too much free time, now you're getting all worked up seeing a different opinion than
You
yours.
son of
so
a
you're going to
bitch.
comment, this is
There
really
have been
insensitive
a
to
lot of
dogs. You know,
times
my
where
dog
I
could be
have
of your
been
cat.
that person.
Really?
So every comment
Not on
section
YouTube.
will eventually devolve into a cesspool full of people who disagree with each other. But the toxicity is only magnified because of reason number 2, people are anonymous. When you don't have to face real-world
Very
repercussions for all the reprehensible you say, there's no limit to the things you won't spout out. Although there is something to be said about never being truly anonymous online. Maybe in the pre-Facebook era you could get away with saying some messed up stuff, but now if you upset the wrong
don't know what that
person,
stands
they'll
for.
post your IP address. So,
I'll tell you
for
later.
example,
Okay.
this guy commented, and now I'm outside his mother's home. First! And what makes it worse is you don't know if the comment you're reading is from an adult or a 13-year-old.
True.
And yes, that matters because 13-year-olds aren't people. And the third reason why comment sections are so toxic, sometimes people just want to make you angry. You know, they rustle your jimmies. They do a little trolling. I'm not saying all negative comments are trolls. You can have your genuine criticisms, but we've all seen comments that are just trying to stir the pot, you know? It doesn't matter how thought out or correct your response to a troll comment is. As soon as you respond, you've stooped down to their level and lost. And the number 4 reason that I just thought of is because I think people can forget that behind these comments and profile pictures is a real person with emotions. Ian Hecox from
Yeah.
Smosh made an analogy I really liked, that reading negative comments is like boxing. When you read a negative comment, it's like getting punched in the face. But with training, you can build your stamina to learn techniques and blocks to reduce the damage a punch would do to you. But at the end of the day, you're still boxing, and there's only so many punches to the face you can take before you have to tap out. I can read 100 positive comments and 1 negative one, and it's the negative comment that'll stick in my brain. I would be lying if I said I never got hurt by a comment. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way because there's a word for it. In psychology, there's things called cognitive distortion, which are times when our brain thinks in unhealthy ways. like catastrophizing, overgeneralization, or depersonalization. And one of these distortions is called selective abstraction, which is when we focus on one detail taken out of context and ignore all the other more important details.
So good
and it's
at
not
that.
exclusive to reading comments either. It's the same thing when you're hanging out with friends and you make one awkward joke and you focus on that for the rest of the night and ignore all the other good interactions you had. So how do we stop this flawed way of thinking? I'm asking you. I don't know. Leave a comment. Sometimes we're able to laugh off mean comments, but I think everyone has at least one comment that got to them. For me, it's always the comments about things I'm insecure about, or the comments saying things about me that are objectively wrong. Unfortunately, the only solution to deal with toxic comments is to just ignore them. Don't even let them take up space in your brain. If you're going to put yourself on the internet, expect to see the good and the very, very bad. You're not going to please everyone, and you don't need everyone's approval. So thank you, 0.5% of people who leave positive comments on internet videos. Us lurkers might not get involved in the conversation, but we sure do love watching the conversation happen from the sidelines. And now that you've watched this YouTube video, let's go see what other people who've watched this YouTube video are talking about. Who's this Bob guy?
Yeah, so whenever we first started, Chad had been asking me to do reactions for a minute. Like, at least like 5, 6 months.
You were so nervous.
And I was totally against it. I'm not comfortable, like, well, at this point, I was not comfortable, like, being on camera, being perceived, what people were gonna say, some of the stuff that we were reacting to, like, sometimes people still go back, like, a lot of the internet historian, like, political stuff, people are like, she's this way, or she's a SJW, fuck you, I don't care what you think about me. Back then, I cared a lot, and I was really worried that people were gonna be so much meaner. I thought that, like, it was just like, I'm gonna have to, like, get some thick skin quick.
Let
And
us
it
not
wasn't
forget
like that.
what Facebook was like circa 2015.
Okay,
You know.
it prepared me.
Yeah.
I used to be really bad for going down the rabbit hole. He was like, well, you know, I always say this wrong. Nope.
Anonymity.
Thank you. And that doesn't really apply to me because I would be fighting with my family and friends.
Yes.
Mostly just about, like, you know, being a decent person to everyone else who's different than you. But yeah, so I really was prepared for just, like, a lot of negativity, and I was very surprised, and still to this day am surprised.
Most of the time, it's really good.
So, like, you guys are assholes in your own way. But it's like, you know, like the lovable family member that you just can't help but like, even though they're a total shitbag.
I am grateful for the badass individuals that are drawn to our content, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Even the people who decide to come out and, like, fucking be a little bit of a dickhead. Sometimes, you know, that just turns around when I'm like, no, dude, what the fuck?
I have noticed, and it's so weird because, like, okay, which it's a dying platform. We're not active like we used to be, but like, so, like, people argue on Facebook. They just argue, and I used to just be very good at spending too much time arguing with people on the internet and getting really angry, and, like, nobody ever changed their mind or, like, saw eye to eye, or, like, nothing changed, right? So then I get on YouTube, and, like, there have been times where people were like, and I'd be like, who the fuck do you think you are? And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to, you know. I'm like, no, you're supposed to fight back with me. What are you talking about? Like, people really are like, oh, never mind. Okay. And I'm like, what? So that is something that I have noticed about YouTube that's a little bit different.
Yeah, the comment section a lot of times for us has been great. The only thing that really sucks is when people want to be bombastic and stand up on their soapbox and be like, this is wrong. I know the truth and the facts and the figures it's just like, dude, like, you can say, I don't agree with this,
or
this
they're
is
just going
this.
out of their way to try to be a jerk.
Or like, I am the authority on this. It's so weird to me.
Yeah.
But most of the time, overwhelmingly, it's positive. Even some shit that I've put out there and I've been like, I just can't work on this anymore. And I don't know, like, I'm going to try something.
Land.
I'm going to try something. Like with my spooky story.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't the most successful video of all time. I'm planning on doing a couple more of those. But like, the people that did watch it were just like, oh,
Yeah.
this is pretty cool.
Like, I never imagined we would have a Discord. I never imagined we would have a community. I never imagined that every time that we go live,
People would show up.
And returning people that we look
Our
forward
badass
to
mods.
and expect, which we shouldn't, but expect to like see, so and so.
I miss people when they don't show up.
And then like sometimes
Or
I'm
when we
like,
can't
I hope
stream.
they're okay. Or I just never expected making a video with you while I was on the couch in my sweatpants for that to happen.
Well, here we are, folks, and we love you
I'm glad we
guys.
moved on today, but same
Also,
difference.
Odd Ones Out. Awesome video. Definitely enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our reaction, and we will see you next
See
time.
you guys.